was just waiting there for the next 10 seconds, completely blank. I was just waiting, hope they don't give my passport back. Please, God. I was praying for the God. And like, I went blank basically at moments. They just passed the paper down the window, and I was like, is it a yes or not?
Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I have with me Snehal and we want to discuss about her visit to US coming from India and all her experiences. That will be a good advice for future students who want to travel from India to US for higher studies. So Snehal, if you have to sum up everything, entire journey in a single one word, what will you say?
Thank you for having me today, first of all. And also, I am from India, as you can see, and I'm here doing my MBA studies in business analytics. This is my first semester, and also, very fortunately, I got a graduate teaching assistant job role on campus under Professor B.K. Rai's mentorship. For the one word, I would say transformative, to calculate the whole decision and the process and how it started and how it's going on. I would say transformative, because I had this in my mind back in 2020 that I would go for abroad studies, but never had that confidence. So I think this decision and this process of handling everything on your own, that did transform me in a very confident person now, and I'm like very outspoken now. It's a good thing.
So basically transformative. It's a
Right.
great word and I really like that.
Yep.
So if you take yourself back to a time, maybe do some time travel and try to find out what sparked in you like a dream of going to maybe outside India or coming to USA for higher studies. Can you share some thoughts?
So, what happened during my graduation? So, I had come up with this project we were working on. It was voting system, online voting system. So, we were working on that with the team. So, that time I was introduced to this part where we actually go and publish your project on international level. So, I was very fascinated with that. A lot of people will be there. We will be getting all the approvals and all. So, I thought, okay, this is something I'm interested in doing research, doing something impactful. So that's when it sparked. So right after graduation, I thought, okay, in 2020, I will travel abroad for my studies and gain more knowledge. That's when it sparked
So
during my last year of
last year.
graduation.
So
Yeah.
was there any defining movement from the family or the institute?
I have 6.5 years of experience. I have worked with Accenture, I have worked with Infosys and Deloitte also. So I am into IT operations. Like most people won't know that how it works, but I work for an SAP package software. So it's a kind of consulting, but into IT. So it's a combination. After having 6+ years of experience, I thought, okay, I am not getting that kind of exposure. So if I want to do something better, then I should excel in that. And this is the right decision and this is the right way for me. That's when I decided. And also, I read somewhere, if you want to play on the world stage, train where world plays. So that's been stuck with me for a longer time. And I think we all know US has a greater technology base.
So if for a second, if you think, if you stayed back in India, what path do you think you would have taken or where your life would have gone?
In that case, I would say I would be working as a mid-level corporate role, and obviously in Deloitte or maybe some other companies, and with very less global exposure. So I think I wouldn't be happy with that back in time. So this is the decision that I took, and I'm very happy with this.
Yeah, like these kind of decisions obviously are
Take.
big life-changing decisions because it changes everything very dramatically.
Yes.
When you decided, okay, I need to study and we are in 2025 and things are very volatile. There are so many things changing all the time. When you went through the application process, whether doing the paperwork or visas, did you face any hurdles or challenges?
In my case, I knew because of a lot of seniors, they did help me out with the process. But I knew if you are going to
So
take
seniors
this,
here?
yeah, here in alumni basically.
Okay.
Alumni and also professors here, which I have connected to the admin office. So they did kind of help me with the process where I was stuck. To be honest, if you're planning to study abroad, I would say planning, planning, planning. That's the only word I would say. Planning. Don't miss out any documents. Be very punctual about your timings and be very sure which university, what course, how many credits. Don't miss out on any documents. So every single document, it's going to matter. So be very accurate about your whole process. So hurdles I faced was during actually managing the finances and also choosing a right course for me. So that's where I needed help from the alumni and also my family and friends who were already here, and they're like how they're managing their finances, the tuition cost, the living cost. So it's a combination of everything. You have to take care of everything basically. So plan. If you're coming here, plan very neatly.
You may have looked at probably other universities as well, right?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Then finally, you decided to come at one place.
Yes.
And no problems with getting visa interviews.
Actually, yeah, I have traveled here during the chaotic time of the US history, or maybe international history, I would say. Traveling abroad during this time is very fatal, basically. So I would say if you keep your documents correct, neat, then your profile would be selected. It's not depending upon only on the questions they ask during the visa process, but also your profile stands out. If you have really good background, a good score, and you're well dressed and well mannered, and you have very welcoming face when you face the interviewer. So for me, I think what I heard from other people before going to visa, that kind of scared me. I was like, okay, they don't even look at you. They just ask questions and they'll say in 10 seconds, okay, if you're in, you're rejected. That's it. So that was my idea of visa interview. So when I went there, it was my time. I was standing right next to the window. It's obviously it's a microphone. Like you can't even hear, you can't make it out. So you have to be very attentive. I think they asked me 4 questions. They asked me, why now? So I was not ready for it because I didn't think it through. Okay, why would someone ask why now? Like after like they saw me, you have 6.5 years of experience, then why now study? So I explained them like how it's gonna help me to excel in my career, where I see myself in next 5 years. So that's what I explained them. I wanted to be in consulting and auditing firm and making impactful decisions in a company. That's how it sparked taking this decision. Then they asked me about your finances, how you're going to finance yourself. And they also asked me about where you're going to stay and your university. That's it. Total, it didn't last more than 20 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. Not more than 20 seconds. And after that, the visa officer, they stopped asking questions. I was just waiting there for the next 10 seconds, completely blank. I was just waiting, hope they don't give my passport back. Please, God. I was praying for the God. And like, I went blank basically at moments. They just passed the paper down the window and I was like, is it a yes or no? They're like, visa is approved. Congratulations. I was like, damn happy. I was in disbelief for next 15 minutes till I met my family outside. They were waiting outside. Actually, my visa was processed. It was in Mumbai embassy.
So if you think about like the time when that seed was planted in your mind that I need to probably do this, travel to US for higher studies, and then finally you are in US, how long was that time period?
For
The whole
that,
process.
okay, so I would say it started from January 2025, second week.
Oh.
I remember very.
It came to your mind that I need to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm so done with it. I need to do something. So I think I should bring back my energy to study and collaborate more and be open to diversity and have this new experience, which will kind of help me build my future, which I had imagined or manifested back in 2020, but that time I was not confident enough to even face an exam.
That was the beginning, I would say.
Correct. In 2020, that was the first time when I was like, okay, I need to do this.
And then in January 2025, it was like more forceful, and now I need to do this.
Correct.
And then you were here by
August
2025.
Yes, August second week I was here.
So describe your emotions on your very first day in US.
For the first day, I would say I remember on 5th of August, I landed in Boston Logan Airport. So there I was standing with 2 bags and I kind of teary eyes. I would say, okay, this is the moment I was imagining for past 6 months and I wanted to be here and I have manifested basically the complete airport scene in my head. I was like, okay, I'll be waiting for the cab, I'll be doing that, I'll be calling my parents, I reached, I'm here, I'll be do that. And the next minute, I was like, I took a, it's a sigh of relief, you can say. I said, like, okay, I am here. Now I'm on my own. That's it. That's the first thought that came into my head. And I was like, okay, let's march.
So, do you remember any first cultural shock or something? It may be even something small but unforgettable.
That's funny, actually. Back in India, we call capsicum, but here I went to grocery shops and I was asking for capsicum, and they're like, "Sorry, what is it?" So I was like, "Capsicum. It's kind of a pepper." Yeah,
Colors.
yeah. I was. They were like, "Do you mean by bell pepper?" So I was like, "Yeah, that's the one. That's the one." So they pointed me, "Okay, go that section. You will find your groceries." So that's the first thing. And second, I would say the huge respect for the pedestrians. Despite of the signal, it's green, red, yellow, no matter. If you're standing next to the crossing street, the passing cars will stop and they'll ask you, please, you first. So that's something I never experienced back in India.
In Pune, you have not seen.
No, no, not in India, not in Pune. So I was very surprised and I was like, okay, that's something really good and it should be followed everywhere. That's what I felt. And people here, they do follow traffic rules very seriously. And that's the one thing I would say was a cultural shock for me.
So usually when anybody interested in going for higher studies, what they see is maybe YouTube or some shorts or some Instagram highlights,
Yeah.
those kind of things. Sometimes they don't see the struggles and the grind behind all that nice things that we see. So what were your toughest struggles, like financial, cultural, or emotional?
I would say all of three. First thing would be emotionally, nobody's ever prepared. Nobody's ever prepared for this moment. Like you will be actually traveling to another country, 10,000 miles away from your home where you have grew up, spend your like 25 years there. And it kind of got me into that zone where I was like homesick for a couple weeks. And later financially, I needed a lot of planning because I was on tight budget. Like I think every international student is on tight budget. Yeah. Because education here is very costly, but trust me, it's worth it. It's worth it, spending every penny. But make sure you plan your expenses, starting from your tuition cost and how you're gonna get the internship or how you're gonna get your groceries and rent, everything. So plan accordingly.
For 1 year, how much do you think a student needs to be ready with?
If you're traveling here, you must start with. We have really good on-campus stay. Where, I mean, you can explore the website. You would find many options. Basically, it's very nice to stay on campus. But if your preference is to stay off campus, I would say you should consider about 7 to 8 lakhs for total 1 year of your stay, including your groceries.
Okay, stay, groceries, and
Yeah, that's right.
tuition.
No, not tuition, not tuition.
Did you manage homesickness and family expectations? You have been here for almost now less than 2 months.
Less than two.
So how did you manage homesickness and family expectations?
Okay. The main thing would be time zone. We are in different time zone. The India and the US, it's like we are what 11 hours apart, I guess.
So when it is day, it is night there.
Yeah. So usually, what happens? Like my family, they always call me to make sure that I'm doing okay. How was your day? It's always a video call, so they make me feel like okay, we're here for you. We are here for you. Don't worry. Whenever you need, you can just talk. You can call anytime. Don't consider about the time zone. Don't think about all those things. So that's the one thing. And second, I would say, fortunately, I met really good friends. And on top of that, they are my flatmates. So it's a good thing. Yeah. So that's so these things they kept me really grounded.
So during all these things, was there any moment that when you thought maybe I cannot do this, or like how did you push through that kind of like a situation when you had this feeling?
Day one, it was orientation day, where I had a lot of things going on because of a huge gap right after my graduation in 2018. Starting then, I was just working in corporate. I had this corporate lifestyle setting, and coming out of that, and again going back to the college and having that mindset, collaborating with a lot of peoples and doing projects and work, and it kind of all thoughts they were crowding. Yeah, yeah. So I was like, can I do this? Should I just stop for a minute? Then I went back in time machine. I processed my whole thought And I was like, no, I put my efforts for past 6, 7 months to be here. This is my moment. And that's how it pushed me. Okay, you can do this. You are here for that. Don't worry, everything will be fine. And put your efforts. Be loyal to your decisions and stay true. That's all.
What role did your professors or classmates or community play during this journey?
For emotional and financial support, I would say my parents and my friends back in India. So they kind of supported me in many ways. Okay, you are taking this decision, you have to be very careful. It will be a new ground. So take care of yourself. You're on your own. That's what they told me. But that was a moral support for me. For selecting a course, I would say professors and the admin here in UMass, they had many sessions before coming here for the admissions, which course fits you well, which is not, and how you can plan everything about the stay also. So all these things made my journey smooth.
If you think of yourself now, like I'm splitting you into two.
Okay.
So if you become like your much younger self and the one you are today, so when that girl sees you today, what she is going to be the most maybe proudest of in the Snehal that she looks at you and feels, oh, wow.
That's an interesting question. Never thought about that perspective, but I would say the younger me would be probably looking at me with the proud eyes, saying that you did it. You always had this dream and you did it. And now it's all about efforts and your journey. So just be there.
People talk about like so many things when you hear from so many people, even so many videos. So, what's one of the myths about studying in the US that you would like to bust?
One of my friends told me, once you land in US, it would be very easy. Everything will go accordingly. But trust me, that's not how it is. That's not how it is. Because that friend reassured me, once you land in US, everything will be good. You will be able to do it, and it's very easy. I was like, and when I landed here, I was like, I was not even able to get the cab. I was not able to set up my accounts. And so many things are there. So I would suggest you guys, whosoever is planning to come here, make sure you plan and do your thorough research and stick to that. Don't go for this reels or any other suggestions. No, just take your time and do research and plan accordingly.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
what would you say to somebody who is like back home, maybe in India or any international student who is basically undecided about taking the leap? So, what would you say to that person?
So, guys, if you're still uncertain about your study abroad dream, trust me, take a leap. Go for it. It's worth it. That's my suggestion because I was there once you are here. So I had all this thought process. I was going back and forth. But trust me, if you have this dream, go pursue it. It's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense. Everything's gonna make sense to you. Understand that you're enough and you can do it.
There is some, I think I'll extract some more advice from you.
Okay.
So, what practical advice
Mhm.
on finances, working, or mindset do you wish you had
Okay.
before you came here?
I would say start early. Whatever it is, networking, start early. Don't wait. The minute you land here, you go into orientation, start networking. That's the one thing I would suggest will help you in longer duration. Make good relationships here and also stay in touch. Always keep yourself updated with the technologies and always do attend all the events that are happening in your universities. That's going to help you build your repo. And the other thing would be for finances, like I said, plan everything. Count every penny, track every penny.
Write it down somewhere.
Yes, keep it in your book. Track every penny that you spend, that you earn. It should be that way. Then only you will be able to survive and also thrive.
Okay. Now, if you have to leave a student or whoever is interested in traveling to US for higher studies with one mantra or quote that carried you through, so what will that be?
For me, I'm a kind of a manifester. So for me, it's always like if it's meant for you, it will cross seven heavens for you and oceans. But you have to keep walking towards it. You have to put efforts towards it. Then only it happens. So that's my mantra, which kept me grounded. And I have so much gratitude towards it. And I'm very connected to the roots and the virtues I have. So, yeah. So this is my mantra. If it's meant for you, it will cross 7 oceans for you. But you have to keep moving forward. Yes.
That's great. So thank you, Snehal, for sharing your journey in such a honest way. I hope our conversation today will ignite that spark in many people who are looking to dream big or do some big things, or even
Yes.
like who are planning to study abroad. I hope they will definitely get motivated by your comments, your advice, and your
Yes.
journey. So thanks very much.
Thank you for having me, Professor. It was nice talking to you. And all the best for you guys. Do reach out to me. If you want me, you can find me anywhere on campus if you're here.
Great.
Thank you.